Okay, I just pulled some literal equation practice worksheets, and I just want to talk about some of these problems. Problem number 1, it says 7ab is equal to c, and it wants us to solve for a. The a is right there. So again, this is 7 times a times b. Now, if we remember, I can reorder these in any way. I have 7 times a times b is equal to c. I can rewrite this and talk about this in terms of a times 7b is equal to c. I could say a times b times 7. The order of these expressions does not matter. Okay? That's what the commutative property under multiplication says. Because of that, now that I've reordered it, I have the a here. The a here is grouped. The 7b is grouped and the a is separate. Okay? Now, that means I can either get rid of the a or I can get rid of the 7b. I'm going to get rid of the 7b. So I'm going to divide both sides by 7b. That becomes 1. So now a is equal to c over 7b. Okay? All 4 of these problems, 2, 3, and 4, are pretty much very similar to the same idea. Let's look at problem number 3. Okay, so the answer to this first one here is c over 7b. Okay? I would like you to pause the video and try to do number 2 on your own and then come back. I'm going to go ahead and continue solving, and we'll see you when you come back. All right, now it wants us to solve for x. I have 2 terms in this right expression, so I need to isolate that term with the variable. I'm going to get rid of my constant, so I'm going to subtract 6. So now that's going to be rewritten as y minus 6, because I can't combine those 2 terms, is equal to 4x. We want to solve for x. X is not by itself, so I'm not done. I'm going to divide both sides by 4, because that's the variable with the constant being multiplied by the variable over 4. Okay, so x is equal to y over 4 minus 6/4. Now let's talk about this. This is essentially 6/4 can be reduced, and the y/4 is saying the same thing as 1/4 y. We can reduce the 6/4 to 3/2 is equal to x. So that is our answer for number 2. All right, next problem. It says solve for d. This should be a little bit easier. D times f, we got a product. They're multiplying, so I'm just going to divide by d. So that cancels out. I can't do any simplification here because that d won't go into g and d won't go into 32. So I am, oh, wait, hold on, I did the wrong thing. Divided by d, I need to divide by f. My apologies. So then d is equal to g plus 32 over f. Okay. Problem number 4 is solved just like number 2. So I'm going to isolate. It says solve for s, so s is right here. Now, one of the things you can do to not make the mistake that I did is to avoid that mistake of solving for the wrong variable. Circle the variable that you want to isolate, or highlight it if you have a highlighter. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and then I'm going to rewrite my equation. So that's going to be 1.5s is equal to t plus 4. I'm now going to divide both sides by 1.5s. Nope, we don't want to do 1.5s, 1.5. So now that's going to be rewritten as s is equal to t plus 4 over 1.5. Now 4 will be divisible by 1.5, so 4 divided by 1.5 will give us 2.67. I'm okay with that one because it's not going to be a pretty number. It's going to be a repeating decimal. So in that case, just leave it there. Let's talk about b. It wants us to see which of the following equations is equivalent to this one. Okay? Now, that means that we have the x and the y on the same value, so we've solved for z. Okay? So z is equal to whatever we have on the right side. We're going to actually have to solve. We're going to have to do quite a bit of work on this. Okay, so now the first one, I'm going to isolate, so that's going to be rewritten as x plus 28y is equal to 4z. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So that's going to be x over 4 plus 28 fourths y is equal to z. (28) divided by 4 will give us 7. So that'd be 1/4 plus 7, 1/4 x over 4 plus 7y is equal to z. So that one won't work. Okay. We're going to solve this one here. So we're going to subtract 28x, subtract 28x. So that's going to be y minus 28x is equal to 7z. Divide by 7, divide by 7. We know that's not going to be it either. Now we're going to multiply by 4. Multiply by 4. So now we're going to rewrite this as 4x is equal to z minus 7y. This looks promising. We're going to add 7y to both sides. So then that will be rewritten as 4x plus 7y is equal to z, which that matches our equation up here, so our answer choice is B. Okay? And that's all the problems I'm going to go over in this video. I think those are pretty good literal equations just to practice and to look over. I'll see you later. Have a good day.